Hello, today I thought I'd do a full face of Glossier. I feel like I see Glossier everywhere and I kind of get the hype. I have pretty much every makeup item that they do, so I thought I'd tell you my opinion of them all. I've had them all for like a year, so I've had time to try them and I feel like I've got a good grasp on what I think of them. Starting out with the Futuredew serum. This is like an oil serum hybrid and I've actually gone through 2 of these, which is so unusual for me because I have a huge makeup collection, so for me to go through 2 of one product, it says a lot. I've not actually picked this up in maybe like a year and I don't know why. I used to put this on under my foundation because it makes your skin so hydrated and so glowy. Like, look at my skin. Definitely the glowiest serum that I've tried. I also really like the way that it sits under makeup because it doesn't do that gross thing when it like peels and sticks together. The foundation I have 2. I have the skin tint and the new stretch foundation. I love this skin tint so much. It's so watery. Like, can you see? It's literally like the consistency of water and it's really thin and lightweight. It honestly doesn't do very much to your skin, but that's why I like it. It never looks like you have anything on, but it kind of just slightly evens out your skin tone. But it's definitely like the sheerest, lowest coverage makeup product that I own. But today I think I'm going to use this foundation. I bought this foundation when it first came out to go on holiday with, and I've not had any issues with it. And it's honestly been one of my go-tos ever since. It's like the only Glossier product that actually has coverage in. I also brought the foundation brush to take on holiday with me because I like how it like shuts and closes so you don't get foundation everywhere. I also thought it was a really interesting shape and it blends your foundation in so quickly. This foundation is pretty much everything that I look for in a foundation. It's like a medium to full coverage, but I feel like you could definitely kind of sheer it out if you mix it with moisturiser. And it's so glowy and really hydrating. Can you see how nicely it sits on my skin? And it will wear like this all day. I've worn it a lot and I've never had any issues with it, so I feel like it's a pretty reliable foundation. On to concealer. This is the stretch concealer in shade G11. When I first got this, I was obsessed with it. You can kind of see because I've used quite a lot of it, but I've honestly not picked this up in a really long time. I remember I used to find it a little bit greasy. Because it's like a dewy concealer, I would find that it made me almost look a little bit too shiny. Don't get me wrong, I really like dewy and hydrating concealers, but I found this one a little bit on the oilier side. Before I blend it in, can you see on my under eyes how it looks kind of oily and really shiny, a lot shinier than the foundation. I don't hate this concealer. I think it has a really nice coverage and it looks very skin-like, but I do think it just makes me look slightly too greasy, and you definitely need to set it with a powder. I just think there's so many concealers out there and there's ones that I prefer slightly more than this one. On to bronzer. I have a love-hate relationship with this. This is Solar Paint in Flare, which I believe is the lightest shade. Sometimes this goes on really nice, sometimes this goes on really patchy and kind of makes me look orange. It changes every time I use it, but I guess we'll see how it works today. Today I think it's worked quite well and it actually looks really nice. It's not gone funny in my hairline, which sometimes it does. Sometimes I find that cream bronzers like stick to my hairline and it doesn't look orange, and I've not gone patchy either, so maybe it depends what foundation I have on because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But today I like it. On to blush. I see these Glossier cloud paints everywhere. I have 2. This is the shade Puff and Haze. I do like a little dot of each of them and like mix my own shade. Oh, that was a lot on my nose. Oops. Just try and blend that out. So I love this product, and the only issues I've ever had with it is the fact that it's like a paint thing. It's like a tube of paint, and I know that's the whole point of it being cloud paint, but I find it's kind of messy and hard to use. I find that if I put it on my face like that, not enough comes out, or if I squeeze it too much comes out. Or if I put it on my hand, I again get way too much product out and get blush everywhere. I kind of wish that they changed the packaging to be like Solar Paint because it still looks like a paint thing, but it has like a lip gloss applicator. So I feel like you'd get the right amount of product out and I wouldn't waste so much of it. The actual blush is really pretty. It's a very natural blush, but it's also very buildable. Finally, on to powder. I need lots of this because I'm very shiny. This is my go-to powder right now. I've seen mixed opinions about the packaging because it's got like a net there. People don't like it and feel like they can't get enough powder out, but I find that I get more than enough powder out. I just like tap my brush on it like that and like see how much powder comes out, but also not too much powder. Some loose powders I find just make a mess and I get powder all over me and all over my desk, but this one just gets like the perfect amount out. This mattifies your makeup so nicely, but it doesn't make you look like flat and dry. It doesn't make you look powdery either. It's honestly my favourite powder right now. I do find that after a few hours I am a little bit shiny. I don't get as shiny as I was before the powder, but I get a little bit more shiny than I am right now. Next up is brows. This is definitely one of Glossier's most iconic products, which is the boy brow. I like this because the Glossier is pretty much one of it. I like how tiny this spoolie is because I feel like I can really shape my brows. I like how it makes my brows look, and it's quite a flexible brow gel in the way that it doesn't feel like a dry and crunchy and crusty. I do wish the hold on it was slightly stronger because sometimes I find that my brows do move a little bit, but for the most part it holds them in place. I think I have all of Glossier's eye products. I have the Lidstars, the eyeshadow, the Pro Tip liner, and like the pencil liners. I think that's all of the eye products that they do. I'm going to try and do an eye look with them all in so I can talk about them all. This is the Glossier Monochromes. I have a purple tin because I bought the Olivia Rodrigo collection, but the normal ones come in, I think, a white tin. But the inside's the same because you have to buy the insert separately from the tin. I love and hate this eyeshadow. All their eyeshadows come like this, and it's basically the same shade in 3 different finishes. One's a matte, one's a satin, and one's a metallic. I like the idea of it, but I never reach for it because I always want to use more than one colour on my eyes. So I feel kind of limited with what I can do with it. The actual formulas of them are really nice. They're really buildable and they're quite buttery. They blend out so nicely. But I just never reach them because I feel really limited and kind of uninspired because I don't know what to do with 3 of the same shade. All the other colours that they do are really nice, so I kind of wish that they'd done a bigger tin where you could buy like multiple of them so you could have more than one colour in one palette. But I do like that they're 3 different finishes. I think that's a really cool idea. I think they look really nice and they're nice to use, but I just never know what to do with them. Next up is the Lidstars. I love these so much. I think these are the most underrated products from Glossier. And I have made a few of my friends buy these and they're obsessed with them too. I think they're great for beginners because you can literally just paint them like that and then just like blend them out with your finger. They're all quite sheer and they're just really easy to work with. And they just give your eyes like a really pretty glow. They're a lot thinner than other liquid eyeshadows that I've tried, and I think that's why I like them because other liquid eyeshadows can be quite thick and then they go kind of like crackly and they look heavy on your eyes. But because these are sheer, they don't do that. Like, can you see how nice they look? They're so good if you want to quickly throw something on your eyes or you're scared of eyeshadow. If you really look up close, can you see how there's bits of like all different colours shimmer in there, but it's so tiny, but it reflects in the nicest way. Another thing about these I forgot to mention is that they set and they don't crease. They literally just stay like this. I love them so much and I think everyone needs them. I was going to talk about this Pro Tip liner, but it is very dried up because I've not used it in a year. This was one of my go-tos because look how thin the end is. It's not the blackest of blacks. It looks pretty black on your eyes, but compared to other liners, it looks kind of almost grey. I went through 2 of these and I loved them and I'm kind of sad that it's dried out. But I do have the pencil liner that needs sharpening. I remember when this first came out, it took me about 4 or 5 months to get it because it just kept selling out. I don't usually lean towards eyeliners like this, but I just loved the purple colour of it, so that's why I got it. I find that sometimes I need to kind of like layer it up and go over the top and it gets kind of messy. I don't know whether it's the shade that I got is the reason why I need to go over it a few times, because it is quite like a light shade. It could be my sharpener. I don't have a great sharpener and it goes kind of fat when I sharpen it, so maybe I should try a different sharpener. But I love how creamy it is. I do find it very easy to use. I find that it also lasts all day really nicely. But if you wanted to do any type of graphic liner or anything precise, I would definitely pick Pro Tip over this one. I used to always use the Pro Tip for different graphic liner looks and different detailing, but this one is more of like a cream, softer look. But I love the formula of them both. It just depends what you're looking for. Lash Slick Mascara. I rarely curl my eyelashes because I felt like I was snapping my eyelashes off, but I found that it really makes a difference with this mascara, so sometimes I do it when I use this mascara. I've not tried another mascara like this one. It doesn't look like you're wearing mascara and that's why I like it. I use it all the time when I'm doing like a no makeup look or like a really natural look, because it almost doesn't give like the heaviness of a mascara. Can you see what I mean? It's really hard to describe. Like, it's not really giving me crazy long, full, thick lashes. It's just kind of enhanced my natural lashes, and that's why I like it. Glossier have 5 different lip products. They have the iconic lip balm that I feel like everyone owns. Their newest one, which is like a matte liquid lipstick. They have the Ultralip and the Generation G. They also have the lip glosses that I also feel like everyone had at one point, but I actually threw mine away recently because I bought it in, I think, the start of 2020 when they had like a London pop-up, and it was definitely out of date and it started to smell weird, so I threw it away. I'm going to do like a quick fire little review on each one. I'm going to start off with the lip balm. I did have every single one that they do, and I'm missing a few and I don't know where they've gone. They must have been like random bags and coats that I have. I love all the scents or flavours. I don't know what you'd call them. This year they changed this lip balm and I'm kind of sad about it. The new ones kind of upset me and I don't reach for them as much as I do the old ones. This is the old mango one, this is the new mango one. The main thing that they changed was the ending, because the original ones were like a paint tube and the new ones have like an applicator. But when they changed the packaging, they changed the formula. Before I say this one's not old. I bought this in, I think, January, and this one in about April or May. The new formula is a lot thinner and the old formula is a lot thicker. They changed the formula this year to make it vegan and cruelty free, but in order to make it vegan they took out the beeswax, which made it a lot thinner. They've replaced it with other ingredients, and I found that this kind of separates in the tube and is a little bit oily and greasy, and I just prefer the old formula. It's thicker and it just feels slightly more hydrating, whereas this one feels a little bit greasy. I still like the new ones. They feel hydrating and really soft, and I like all the flavours, but I just think the old ones are a little bit more comfortable to wear. Next up is the Ultralip. I have the Ultralip in quite a few different colours. This is the shade Coupe. This feels very similar to a dual lipstick that I have. The shade really doesn't go with this look, but I love the Ultralips and they're like my go-to lip product. They just give you a really nice sheer colour. This colour is a little bit scary, but I have the colour Villa and Pony, and they're like my go-to everyday lips. They don't feel like a lipstick, they feel like a lip balm, and that's why I like them. Next up is the Generation G lipstick. I think they do these in all the same shades as the Ultralips, but I'm not sure if they're called the same things. This is the shade Fuzz, which is the same shade as the shade Pony in the Ultralip. When I think of matte lipsticks, I just think of like the 2016 liquid lip that looks really heavy and not nice. But this one doesn't look heavy at all on your lips. I bought this shade because it's pretty much the exact same shade as my natural lip colour, just slightly darker. For being a matte lipstick, it's very comfortable. I can't feel it on my lips. I love these. I think they look really natural and they're nice just to like tap on to add a little bit more colour. And finally we have the newest lipstick, which is the Gisou lipstick. When I saw them post this on Instagram, I was kind of shocked. I felt like it was almost off-brand for Glossier. This is a matte liquid lipstick and I feel like that's the complete opposite. So Glossier is like no makeup, natural brand. Anyway, I was intrigued, so I bought it. This is in the shade Flip. It's the only type of liquid lipstick formula that I like. But it's almost like a lip souffle. It feels really like moussey and creamy. They don't dry down like the 2016 liquid lipstick. They kind of stay like a cream. I've seen quite a few brands over the past year or so release liquid lipsticks like this. Half Magic has some, Fenty has some, Rare Beauty has some, and they're all like the same type of liquid lipstick. And I do really like this. I like that I can make it really bold, or I can kind of just like dab a bit on and sheer it out. Thinking about it, this is probably my most used liquid lipstick. Here's the finished look up close. Up close, I think all the products worked really well together. I've tried them all before, but I've not tried them all together before. I do think they work really well. I like this look. I think it looks really cute. I really love this eyeliner. Every time I use it, I think I should use it more. I really love the colour of it. I think it's so fun. But yeah, that's my honest opinion of pretty much almost everything from Glossier. Everything that I talked about in this video I did buy with my own money. Let me know if you've tried anything from Glossier and what your Glossier favourites are. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and see you in my next video.